Hello, my precious pensive Pisces. Welcome back. As you know, I am Sachi the Scorpio, and I'm here to deliver your guided reading for the month of August. Please like, comment, and subscribe. The more energy that you send to me, the more energy that I can send to you. For anyone new here, welcome. Today we are going to be using the As Below deck for the general energy. On this channel, we take a look at the light aspect of things, and that is the lighter karmic lessons of what's going on and what is known to us, what is in the light. We also take a look at the shadow, and that's the darker, deeper, more difficult karmic lessons and what might be hidden from us in the shadow that we try to bring to the light, not only to become aware of it, but also so that we can heal it. So for this month, I'm going to be using 3 decks that I have programmed with light energy. So we're still going to look in the shadow, but we are going to be focusing on the light. What light energy do you need in your life, and where is light being casted in your life? Because, you know, after Cancer season with the emotional root segment and the solstice cycle breaking tarot with the eclipse messages, whew, those are pretty heavy, and we could all use some light. If you still need to do some shadow work, I will link both of those at the end of this reading. But my dear Pisces, so in the cleansing ceremony, we had the protection card up, call back your power, cut the cords, soul retrieval. So I think that you are severing ties with connections that no longer serve you, people who are draining you. There have been a lot of, that came up with Aries as well. So, and I think one other sign. So calling back power and cutting cords, you know, cutting karmic baggage in relationships and cutting cords with, you know, relationships that no longer are on the same wavelength as you know, we kind of ascend right now. I'm recording this on the 7th of August, and tomorrow is Lionsgate 8/8/2020. So, you know, big consciousness shifts coming up already, but bigger tomorrow. So I really feel that you are calling back your power in order to, you know, raise your vibration on a frequency that you know that you're meant to, you know, vibrate at, and it's just naturally cutting cords with others. But, you know, it is the protection card, so I do think that you are working very hard on protecting your energy. You might be doing some protection rituals or wearing protective amulets. We also had the 9 of Wands pop up in the cleansing ceremony, so I feel like you're finishing up a cycle within yourself in terms of love, lust, passion, intensity, and it is a solo thing, right? Because it's the 9, which is when you complete the cycle in yourself. You haven't reached the 10 of Wands yet, which is completing that cycle with somebody else, but I do feel that you are wrapping up that cycle inside of yourself. It's also a card of doing spell work, so there might be a spell or manifestation that you've been working on that is about to come to fruition. And then for the clarifier, we had mischievous using haunt in reverse. So that's a third eye psychic type. So what I'm getting is that, you know, you are getting rid of the haunting ghosts that are in your third eye. You are really pushing them away, and I feel like that is how you are protecting yourself and cutting your cords and calling back your power, is very much by getting rid of whatever ghosts have been haunting you inside of your third eye. All right, let's see for our beautiful, precious, pensive Pisces. What is the light? What light is being cast on Pisces for the month of August? Pisces, Sun, and Rising, and Venus. Great Spirit, please show us. We have share your voice, come out of the cave, persecution, expression. Yeah, like I think 4 or 5 signs got this. So you are finally coming out of your cave, and you've been doing just fine, right? Persecution, expression. I feel like you have been persecuted for your beliefs or persecuted for just who you are, especially as a Pisces, right? You rule the dream realm, the unseen realm. So you always have a foot in, you know, in a realm that other people can't see, and definitely if they can't see it, they can't comprehend it, right? So I do know that, you know, more than any other sign, Pisces gets that kind of scrutiny because you're so in tune with, you know, the other realms, and people are like, you know, are you off your rocker? No, you're just, you have an extra antenna that most people don't. And I feel like you are deciding to get away from those who persecute you, right? You're cutting the cords with those who persecute you, and you are coming out of your cave and expressing yourself, sharing your voice, sharing your messages. Coming out stuck, we have the ever unfolding rose, cracked open. It's happening for you, not to you. So things are definitely unfolding in a divine plan here as you come out of your cave, right? The persecution that you went through was also part of this plan, right? It happened for you, not to you. You expressing yourself is allowing things to unfold in this divine plan. So trust that what is unfolding is for your greatest good. And even, you know, even the quote unquote bad, right? It's all part of it. It's happening for you, not to you. What else is happening for Pisces in the month of August? We have Mirror. Who or what is triggering you? Wow, you have very similar energy to Aries, which I just did earlier today. And it's funny because I realized, you know, I do my videos in order of whichever gets the most likes from the previous video set. So it's funny because Aries was second to last and Pisces, you're last. I'm sorry to say that. But if you like this video, then hopefully you won't be last for the next segment. But, you know, I was thinking like, oh wow, Aries and Pisces, that's really showing, you know, a new beginning and like the end, right? Like Aries is the first sign and Pisces is the 12th. So I just thought that was kind of funny, and you're getting a lot of the same energy. So you might be dealing with someone who has a lot of Aries placements, or maybe you have Aries placements yourself. But anyway, Mirror. Who or what is triggering you, right? Triggers are teachers. That's what I named the Aries video even. You know, when we get triggered, it's a nervous system response, right? So, you know, in our environment, you know, what causes us to want to cry? What causes us to want to yell? What causes us to want to shut down or block someone or spend money or whatever it may be, right? We are triggered. That is how our nervous system responds to its environment. And we, you know, we just got out of Cancer season, which is all about going into the emotional root. And I feel like during that time, you really contemplated of, you know, where are these triggers coming from, right? Why am I programmed to be like this? A lot of it is from our childhood and how our parents taught us, you know, how we are triggered, you know, to respond in a certain way. Might be aspects of freedom, might be aspects of communication, but, you know, either our parents taught us this or past relationships have taught us to be triggered about certain things. So I really think that, you know, during August, you are learning more about what is triggering you, because remember, the entire world is a mirror to you. How you respond to it is a reflection of yourself, how you feel about yourself, how you are triggered. It's because of your programming, right? The world exists as it is, and your internal programming determines your response here. And we have the initiation. Wow, the rite of passage, crossing the threshold. So I think that you are understanding your triggers and you are taking a step forward and crossing the threshold. I definitely feel like that is Lionsgate. You are going through that portal. You know, you are being initiated into, I want to say, a new vibrational soul family. You are really taking that step in order to go towards your soul growth by understanding this mirror energy, right, of how you are triggered, and you are deciding to go into that world, right? You're going out of this darkness and into the light, and you're saying, the things that trigger me, I don't want to be triggered that way. I'm going to reprogram my nervous system so that I have control over my nervous system responses. And, you know, you are being initiated into that and crossing through that threshold. Right? Because like our triggers, our body will tell us things about our physical body will tell us things about our emotional body, right? If someone says something to us and we get a rush of adrenaline, right? That makes us want to fight or fly away or run away. That's telling us something, right? Because we are programmed to have that getting into chaos, right? That nervous system response of chaos because of something else that has happened in our past. So I really think that you are taking that journey and crossing the threshold into understanding more about your triggers, because everything's a mirror. And when you look in the mirror, you will see beauty. And look how we have the roses here and how it's reflecting, right? And here we have the rose, the ever unfolding rose. So just know that everything that's happening, everything that's triggering you is, you know, teaching you. Triggers are teachers, and it's being done for you, not to you. All right, Pisces, let's see. What is the advice for Pisces for the month of August? Great Spirit, what is the advice for Pisces? What is the advice for Pisces? Awakening, yes. Energetic upgrades, a new way of being, integration. Exactly, exactly. You are going through, I'm going to say, another awakening. I feel like you've been awake, right? If anyone is awake, it's Pisces, because you're halfway asleep. Do you know what I mean? Like, you're halfway in that dream realm, in the astral realm, in the unseen. And y'all been woke, right? But this is awakening. Like I said, energetic upgrades with Lionsgate. There is a lot of energetic upgrades, a lot of epigenetic upgrades, DNA upgrades, and you are integrating a new way of being into your life. You have decided in August to take, you cross that threshold. You are deciding to go into your triggers and to reprogram who you are into the person that you want to be, and you're sharing your voice and expressing yourself now more freely, and you're reawakening again. Beautiful, beautiful. So focusing on that energetic upgrade is the advice from Spirit here. All right, let's see. Share your voice, come out of the cave, persecution, expression. So it does look like you have been persecuted by things in the past, but you are understanding that these things, these triggers, everything that has happened from, you know, before you were even born until now is happening for you, not to you. Let's take a look. Great Spirit, please show us more about this. Please show us more about this. Woo! 9 of Chalices. Wow. So something might have happened around your solar return, around your birthday, but you are completing an emotional cycle within yourself. You know, this is getting 1 year emotionally older, right? So you are upgrading in an emotional way. You have closed out some sort of emotional cycle within yourself. There might be a divine counterpart, you know, your mirror that's triggering you or something that you need to complete, but you are celebrating, you are joyful, you are really yearning for this positive emotional energy of celebration, of camaraderie, right? You want to be surrounded with those who are, you know, cheersing you when it comes to celebrating you, right? Those who want to celebrate you. And that's all you want to surround yourself with, because you're done being persecuted here. Show us more about the 9 of Chalices. Tell us more about the 9 of Chalices. Some of you might even be partying or celebrating something like something really amazing. Something really amazing you're celebrating. We have the 3 of Swords and the 8 of Pentacles. Yeah, you're done with the heartbreak. You are done with the heartbreak. You are done with people making you feel like SHIT. Okay? This is, you know, the card in traditional tarot. It's the card of heartbreak, of loss, of betrayal, right? It's usually that heart with the 3 swords through it. Usually due to some sort of third-party situation, whether it be another person in romance or anything. But this is, you know, someone leaving, a relationship ending, of, you know, someone moving out, and sadness of loss. And you're done with that. You're done with being sad about losing. You're done with consistently having a third-party situation, right? All the things that kept you feeling like you were persecuted, you're done with it. You're done. You're saying sayonara, sucker. And we have the 8 of Pentacles. You are working very hard. You're getting in a new physical cycle. Might be a new job, new housing situation, new, you know, anything that has to do with money or something physical. But I do feel like you are repeating something in the physical world. So you might be reiterating things. You might have positive messages around your home. You might have an alarm on your phone to, you know, tell you that you're great every day. This is 8, so scorpionic energy of repetition, of cycles. So I feel like you are working very, very hard to sculpt yourself, is what I'm getting. Beautiful, Pisces. This is such a beautiful read. A really great way to end this whole video segment. All right, what is the light energy here? Woo! We have Meowth using Act Tough and Hoot Hoot using Wing Attack. Yeah, you're acting tough. You're acting tough. It might be a fake it till you make it a little bit. Of course, like, we all have our hurts, right? But you're reprogramming yourself so that you're not coming from a place of pain. that you're not consistently being triggered by others who want to make you feel like you're persecuted, right? You're done with the Three of Swords. You're done with the heartbreak and the loss and the sadness. You're done. And you're acting tough and you're sleeping with one eye motherfucking open. You know, like I said, Pisces is always halfway asleep. That's why they're so awake, right? And here we have sleeping with one eye open. You are acting very tough. This is normal type, so I feel like you're getting in the groove of like normal energy, right? Like kind of what the muggles do. It says, adores round objects. It wanders streets on a nightly basis to look for drop loose change. Yeah, again, I do think that you're getting into a new work situation or somehow making money in a new way. I definitely get that money is on the mind. And you are celebrating that for sure, for sure. We have Hoot Hoot using wing attack. So I'm getting that this is more with the persecution energy, because wing attack I take as, you know, wings, air is communication. So I feel like there was some sort of communicative attack that happened. And you're very much over that shit, right? You're acting tough about whatever arguments happened here. You know, Hoot Hoot is... you know, owl spirit coming out, and we also have cat spirit coming out. It says, it begins to hoot at the same time every day. Some trainers use them in place as clocks. Yeah, like I said, there's something about your daily routine that you have changed that is really showing a positive impact. If you haven't done it yet, I really feel like, you know, you're going to in August, and it even talks about the clock. I really feel like some of you have a little alarm like in your phone or some sort of notification that pops up that like has a positive affirmation of like either what you're trying to manifest or just positively affirming who you are. Let's take a look at the shadow. What's the shadow here? What's the shadow here? Woo! I'm feeling twin energy. We have drizzle using rain splash. So there is definitely some emotional energy that is still in the shadow, right? This is, you know, water, so it's emotion with rain splash. So there is some splish splashing happening in your emotional world here. I also feel like this is your throat chakra that's still a little bit in the shadow, right? You are using your voice, but you are just being initiated into this, right? So it's not that you're on your megaphone expressing, but you have, you know, chosen to stop feeling persecution, and you have been coming out of that cave here. But I do feel that your throat chakra is still a little bit in the shadow here. It says, a clever combatant, this Pokemon battles using water balloons created with moisture secreted from its palms. So I really feel like, you know, I said I felt some twin energy. I feel like your twin might be using emotions, right? The water emotions as a weapon against you. Might not be on purpose, right? Sometimes, like I had someone on the Virgo reading comment like, why would why would a twin attack their twin like this? And it's like, you know, a lot of the twins, especially if they're not the, you know, the more energetically evolved twin, right? The awakened twin. If they're not awakened, they might not understand how their energy affects the other twin in the physical realm or the energetic realm, right? Because what your twin does in the 5D, in the unseen, spiritually, affects your world physically. And what they do in the physical world affects you spiritually. So, you know, if they're not awakened and they don't understand these energetic principles, yes, they're going to be hurting you, but they might not understand that, right? But I do feel like the way that they use their emotions towards you is just, it hurts, right? They're using it as a weapon, whether they intend to or not. All right, so, let me drink some water. We have the initiation, rite of passage, crossing the threshold. You are crossing that threshold. I do feel like with Lionsgate, you are deciding to go into that energetic portal and really upgrade yourself here, right? And you are determining like who or what is triggering you. And you're learning from your triggers because triggers are teachers. All right, Pisces, or Great Spirit, please show us about Pisces, about this initiation and the triggers. What's going on here? We have the One of Wands in reverse. So what I'm getting is that you have decided to not be alone in some sort of way. Like the One of Wands is getting into a new love, lust, passion, romance, something intensity, right? This can be the beginning of a spell, but it's not that way, right? I'm going to ask more. This is a little bit confusing. Okay. Yeah. You are choosing not to be ignited is what I'm getting. And it might be from your flame because it's only one flame here. And I'm feeling that this isn't you. So what I'm getting, it might be your twin flame where you're deciding like, no, they can't light me, right? You're deciding to not let your wick be exposed to others' wands is what I'm hearing. Tell me more about this. Tell me more about the One of Wands in reverse, please. Yeah, the Hermit and Judgment in reverse. So you have decided to withdraw, to learn about yourself, right? The Hermit is when you go inside of yourself and go into hermit mode. So I do feel like you are alone, that there's not a new flame around. And, you know, the Hermit can be dark night of the soul, but it's more so learning about yourself. So I think that you're really going inside, right? You're learning about your triggers here. And you're doing it without judgment. You're not judging yourself. And that is one of the most important parts of soul growth, is to gift yourself patience and love and understanding, right? The things that you didn't receive as you were, you know, growing up in, you know, in one way or another, or the things you didn't receive in romantic relationships that you need to gift to yourself. And that's how you reprogram yourself, is by reserving judgment. And I think by going through this, you are also learning not to judge others, right? Because we're all just trying to find our way. Beautiful. Beautiful. All right, what's the light energy here? What's the light energy here? The light energy. Ooh. Okay, yeah. So it's fighting type and Meowth again, going right to drizzle here with rain splash. So again, I felt that twin. So there is some energy here that you are fighting, and you might be fighting with them possibly about money, because we have Money Cat come up, but this is Exhausted Tackle. So I feel like you are learning more about your triggers and how you are, you know, quote unquote programmed to behave, you know, based on the fights that you've had with your twin here when it comes to the emotional triggers, right? Of, you know, what sort of water balls can they throw at you, right? What sort of emotions are they able to do that, and how are they triggering you, right? Because especially your divine counterpart, you know, they're just a mirror. They're a cosmic mirror to you. So I really feel like, you know, you're using that, you're not judging yourself, right? And you're not judging them either. Like I said, this is giving you a lot of peace and unconditional love for yourself and for others by learning just about yourself. And you're looking back at the fights without judgment, like everything that used to exhaust you, and you're recognizing like, wow, that's just my programming, that's just my conditioning. And you're reserving judgment in every way. Again, adores round objects. It wanders the street on a nightly basis to look for drop loose change. So you could have had a lot of money fights with people, maybe your divine counterpart as well. And I feel like that's kind of why you were feeling persecuted. But, you know, adoring round objects, I feel like some of you used to really get off to fighting, right? I mean, not in a sexual way, but, you know, sometimes, you know, how were you programmed to receive love from your parents? Did you have to act up? Did you have to get them angry to get their attention? Did they only give you attention when you would disappear? Did they only give you attention when you were failing at school or doing really well at school, right? Those sorts of energies program what love means to us in our nervous system. And then we try to repeat those cycles, right? We fire the same neuronal pathway, because that's what love means to us. That's what our nervous system was taught to believe that love is from the time that we were born until adulthood. And we just try to, you know, consistently reach that high that our nervous system is programmed to believe. And sometimes that's sadness, sometimes that's anger, sometimes it's adrenaline of fighting, because that's how we interacted with our parents if we fought with them all the time. You know, unconsciously, that is what the brain will say is love. So there could be, and you might be learning this about yourself, that you might be addicted to fighting because, you know, you have an unconscious addiction, or well, your nervous system has an unconscious addiction to arguing, because it gives you that adrenaline rush, or because it, you know, it has that sadness, or you crave the makeup, right? You crave the chaos to then crave the calm, to then crave the chaos, to then crave the calm. So I really do feel like you have really stepped in and you're understanding more about yourself and how you are programmed here. This is so beautiful, Pisces. I'm so proud of you. This is hard work, I know. All right, what's the shadow? What's the shadow? And again, because of this, you are getting energetically upgraded. We have Zorua using scratch. So we have dog spirit coming out. So in the shadow, we do have dark energy and scratch. So it's hurting a little bit, but not much, right? It's just a scratch. And that's how we can view these programs in our nervous system as well, right? Will it take time to unlearn these nervous system responses and reprogram our nervous system into a state of calm, where we only want to be around people who celebrate us with positive emotional cups, people who want to celebrate us, people who we want to celebrate with, that aren't constantly persecuting us? Yes, it will take time. Is it possible? Abso-freaking-lutely, and you can do it, Pisces. So it says here, it changes so it looks just like its foe, tricks it, and then uses that opportunity to flee. So I feel like this could be your divine counterpart, or maybe even, you know, just your own shadow self, right? It changes its looks to be just like its foe and tricks it, and then uses that opportunity to flee. I feel that's that kind of dark energy of, like, you know, the patterns that you had with your parents, of what, you know, what attention you got from your parents and how you received it, which ultimately is programmed as love, because that's how you energetically interact with a parent. You know, it's like there's a false mask on your romantic relationships of just getting that same high, right? It just looks exactly like the foe, and it's just a trick, right? It's a trick. Your nervous system is tricking you into believing that that is love and that you're repeating that same cycle. But as you are realizing, that's just a trauma bond. That's not love. And then they flee, right? So you might be addicted to people who are constantly abandoning you, you know, whether that's physically or emotionally, and likely it's because a parent physically or emotionally abandoned you. But you're done with that cycle, right? I mean, you are working through this. You're working through your triggers, and it can be exhausting, but it's okay. It's okay. It's something that you do for yourself. It's one of the best gifts that you will ever give yourself. And once you're through it, you're energetically upgraded, baby. This is a new way of being. You are integrating a new program into your nervous system. All right, let's see about this awakening. Great Spirit, please give us some advice for Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. What is the advice? What is the advice for Pisces? We have the Six of Wands. Interesting. Let me drink some water. I'm hearing Bjork's song, Undo. Bjork is B-J-O-R-K. And in that song, Undo, it says, it's not meant to be a strife. It's not meant to be a struggle uphill. Okay? And that's what I'm getting with this. You don't need to be, you know, exerting all of your energy to try to get to the top of something, right? This is not something that you achieve. This is not something that you get to the top and then, yay, I accomplished it, right? That's not what healing is. Healing is a chain of choices. It's consistently choosing, you know, a better pathway, right? You don't reach a point and then, aha, I'm healed. No, healing is a conscious effort. It's a conscious attitude that you go through, that you make with every single choices. It's a chain of choices that you continue to make. And as you reprogram yourself, it just becomes effortless. You just make the right choice, because your nervous system will tell you, if you start going into chaos mode, your nervous system, like your spirit is going to be like, whoa, 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 that's not for me. If this makes me feel anxious, if this makes me feel depressed, if this makes me feel abandoned, that's not for me. So that's what I'm getting the advice here. I really do think that you should listen to that song. I think there's a message there for you. What else is the advice for our Pisces? Whew. What else is our message for Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus? Great Spirit, please show us. What else is the advice? Okay, well, that's way too much. But wow, we have so many energies here. We have the Hierophant there. So I don't know if some of you were thinking about getting married or something like that, or making some sort of higher commitment, but I don't think now is the time. Let's see. What else for Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus? Ooh. We have the One of Pentacles. Yeah, this is a time for a physical new beginning. This is a time to work on yourself. This is a time, you know, the One of Pentacles is picking up that first rock and going for it. This is building. This is the beginning of building. This is gathering the useful materials, starting a new cycle when it comes to money, when it comes to housing, when it comes to anything tangible you can put your hands on. Complete new beginning here. Complete new beginning. Beautiful. All right, what's the light energy here? Woo. Going right to the One of Wands in reverse, we have Pikachu using quick attack. So, you know, with the One of Wands, I'm feeling that this doesn't have to do with another flame here. You know, Pikachu, of course, is the most beloved of them all, right? Everybody knows Pikachu, even if you don't know shit about Pokemon. I'm sure you've seen Pikachu somewhere. So this is the solar plexus chakra, controlled by Leo in the 5th house, right? It's your sense of self. You know, it's what makes you you. It's where your personality is. It's what you stand for, right? So in this, it's going to be a quick attack. First of all, I think that as you're starting to awaken with your energetic upgrade, your flame, your twin flame, is definitely gonna feel this as an attack to them, because once you start energetically upgrading yourself, your twin has no choice but to energetically match you. That's the most important part about doing soul work if you really want to have that unconditional love for your divine partner. It's working on yourself, and then it energetically, you know, forces them to work on themselves, and you just keep energetically up in union. So just know that as you start instilling your sense of self and working on yourself and reprogramming, it is going to help your twin as well. It says, it raises its tail to check its surroundings. The tail is sometimes struck by lightning in this pose. Okay, so whenever it talks about raising the tail, I always think of like raising stuff that has happened in the past. Because tails I always take as stuff in the past. So I really think that you are going to be going through your past and understanding how your past has played into who you are. And, you know, the tail is sometimes struck by lightning in this pose. So this card has come out for me in a lot of personal readings when it has to do with children. And for me, this means spanking. So I don't know how many of you have been spanked or were hit on the butt, and how that has influenced you, right? When you were struck in that area of your body, and how that influenced your sense of self and what triggers you. So, you know, Great Spirit is saying that that is something that really needs to be addressed in August. Of course, if you want to do it, you have free will. All right, what's the shadow here? What's the shadow here? Wow, again, we have Meowth. Oh, wow. So, in the shadow, we have Meowth again. So, wow, there's definitely some money situation. It looks like there might be some turmoil in terms of a money situation. If you have a cat, there might be something with a cat here. But I do feel like, you know, no, this is the advice. So I don't feel like turmoil is striking you in August. Honestly, I feel like it's the shadow aspect of this that you need to go into what happened with your bum and understand how that, or being stricken really anywhere, but you know, I'm really getting that specifically, and how that turmoil influenced you into your money habits, right? Because everything is connected, and you might have, you know, issues with money, and it inadvertently is, you know, connected to the trauma that you suffered here, okay? And it's time for a new beginning, to start a new program about that. It says, adores round objects. Wandering the streets on a nightly basis to look for drop loose change. So again, I really feel, you know, and look at what's around Meowth here. Look familiar? It's time to pick up those rocks, right? You might even find a lucky coin while you're on a walk, is what I'm hearing. We have Watchhog using held item inspection. So this is, whenever held item inspection comes out, I always take, well, first of all, here's the held item. But held item I usually take as cell phone. So I feel like you know, this is my police state Pokemon card. So the rise of the police state, of course, is something to be concerned about. But for you, I'm really getting that someone tries to watch you through your phone, wants to go through your phone, you know, that sort of like needs to know everything sort of energy. And that is also in the shadow, and how that relates to your sense of self here. It says, using luminescent matter, it makes its eyes and bodies glow and stuns attacking opponents. Again, I'm really getting the body glowing from the Spankies. And Paris, we blot in reverse. So this is the heart chakra, okay? And this is, you know, in the shadow. So you really need to go into your heart when you're dealing with this in order to have this energetic upgrade. Blot in reverse always means to me that things are going to be clear, right? If things are blotty, they're not clear. And I also take it that it's not a time, you know, it's time to, like, you don't have to blot away your tears anymore, is what I'm getting here. You know, again, this is very much hermit mode of going inside, right? Inside the tree, going into those ancestral roots of what this is, getting to the root of the issue. We also have spider spirit coming out here. So it's very much, you know, how everything is connected, right? How one thing, how it vibrates and is connected to, you know, another part of the web. So also be careful of what you're consuming on, you know, your phone and the media. But, you know, I really do think that this is a time to go inside and, you know, go inside your heart and look at the strings that are connected there, and how and why they are connected. And, you know, as I mentioned in the cleansing ceremony, the protection card came up that said, call back your power, cut cords, right? Soul retrieval. Cut the cords. So I really think that it's time to go in your heart and see, you know, what sort of trauma bonds are you connected to? Even people that you follow on social media with your held item. It's time to really inspect a lot of different things in your life and, you know, determine what sort of connections you want to have moving forward, because you're energetically upgrading. You're bringing in a whole new way of being, and you're integrating what you're learning about yourself into who you want to be through this Lionsgate portal. It says, burrows under the ground to gnaw on tree roots. The mushrooms on its back absorb most of the nutrients. So again, you know, the tree roots, going into the root of the issue. I really do think that some root work is necessary. Like I said, if you know, missed the Cancer season emotional root segment, I'll link that at the end. And also the solstice cycle breaking tarot. So if you need a little bit of that, right, because I suggest watching your sun, moon, rising, and Venus for those as well. It might be helpful for you if you need to know like a way to start. That information is there for you already. All right, so let's see what can help Pisces in the month of August. Woo! Well, I saw divine guidance come out. Yeah, you are being divinely guided, Pisces. Holy moly. You know, they say save the best for last, but whew. Wow. All right, so we have 3 for you. First, expectancy. Yeah, this is expecting, you know, a birth. Some of you might be having a baby or getting pregnant during this time, but I really feel, oh, wow, there's more. Well, I'm going to put those ones. We'll take the 3. I don't know where those other 2 came from. I didn't even see them. So I feel like a lot of you, this is you being rebirthed, right? You can expect to be rebirthed here. It says something you've been hoping for may not come about in the way that you expected. Observe the image on this card without trying to understand it. Simply allow its energy, color, and vibration to flow through you. Know you are being filled with the infinite power of love. Fixed expectations may be blocking you and delaying the arrival of something far more beautiful. Surrender and trust are required. Expectation comes with limitations. There's beauty, opportunity, and glory beyond your imaginings. Be certain of how things should be can get in the way of seeing things as they are. Opportunity can come in many guises, so let go of the details and be open to the joys that may happen your way. Absolutely beautiful. And then we have sacred union. Like I said, this is really going to help your sacred union with your divine counterpart, whether you've met them or not, right? You are energetically upgrading, putting yourself in alignment, you know, with the universe. And as you start to align yourself, you know, like I said, that is when divine union can occur here. Let's see here. Sacred union, again with the tree and the roots, right? A touch, word, or glance reveals your beloved. A current friendship may blossom into something more. An everyday connection transforms into a physical and or spiritual relationship. With the blessing of the divine, love becomes all-embracing. This is your season of love, a time for romance and happiness. Honor yourself and all your relationships by celebrating their divinity. Yes, just like that 9 of Cups. Raise up and care for your friendships, unions, and partnerships as your most precious treasures. Yes, that's why you are determining who is allowed to be connected to you. You are a beautiful soul. Look within you and you will see it. There is a pearl in your heart. Close your eyes and feel it. With each other, you discover infinite love in the spiritual realm. In union with the divine, you can come to know the greatest love of all. Wow, absolutely beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. And then we have the mystic coming out. It is time to rouse the sleeping mystic within. How many times did I talk about you guys being the sleepy ones in the other realms? Ooh, yep. It is time to rouse the sleeping mystic within. Observation, recognition, and prediction are qualities that you have always possessed. They are now reawakening. I mean, Pisces, come on. Jeez Louise. Come to know and trust your intuition through meditation and contemplation. The next time an unusual thought enters your mind or you have a gut feeling about something, pay close attention. Reflect on what the thought or feeling is trying to tell you. Gently ponder the significance or symbolic meaning of dreams, hunches, or coincidences. For those already aware of their psychic abilities, this is encouraging you to further integrate these abilities into your everyday life. Pay particular attention to your intuition over the next few days. You will receive important news, so keep a journal and pen handy. Wow, Pisces. This was definitely saving the best for last. This is such a good read. Wow. Thank you so much for letting me tap into your energy. I absolutely love it. So Pisces, I really hope that you got what you needed because I'm not doing an extended this month. I took a vacation, so I'm a little bit behind and have a lot of personal readings to do. But for the next segment, I will be doing the extended as usual. If you're interested in a private reading, please email me at SachiTheScorpioServices@gmail.com, or you can hit me up on Instagram or Twitter at Sachi the Scorpio. And please like, comment, and subscribe. Again, the more energy that you send to me, the more energy that I can send to you. Pisces, I am sending you so much love, a big hug, and a kiss on your third eye. Mwah.